ko Todd Couper taku ingoa, nā Rongomaiwahine ahau, me o nā rangatira e rua a Matatoki Ngati Kahungunu, I whānau mai I Wairoa, kei tauranga moana ki papa moa e noho ana. I grew up in Wairoa. I have spent a good chunk of my life actually in Rotorua, where I did some training over there at Wairoa Polytechnic, and moved on to, went to Australia for a short time, just over a year, and then came back to Papa Moa, and been here for, I think, 7, 8 years now. Well, it started when I was at Te College. I did bursary art there. I've always been interested in art right since I was a kid. Did a lot of drawing and that kind of thing. And so I took art through school, which was probably my strongest subject, I guess. And had some really good art teachers along the way. Derek Lardilli was my art teacher in 3rd form. And in my 7th form bursary year, I had an art teacher named Mark Dashba, who was really encouraging. And he actually organised an interview with me and about 5 or 6 other boys at Wairoa come the end of the year. So I think we all of us got accepted, but 2 of us, myself and Eugene Kara, ended up coming to do the art diploma at Wairoa. And in the diploma, it's a 3-year diploma, but it was 4 years altogether because there was a foundation year at the start. So we learnt all types of mediums. It was a lot of design based, and we got a taste of all different types of artworks, painting. We did ceramics, bone weaving, printmaking. All of the mediums pretty much. And it was the first time that I picked up the chisel in our first ever carving module with Ross Hemara, actually. Was when I just knew right from that first module that carving was the one that I liked the most, and I wanted to carry it on. So after those, Ross left, and then I carried on carving into my graduating year, and that's what I majored in. And the carving tutor at that time was Roy Toya. Excuse me. And he had just come from New Zealand Maori Arts and Crafts Institute. So he was my main tutor for that whole final year. And come the end of the year, he asked what I wanted to do, whether I wanted to carry on learning to carve, and of course I did. So he was finishing at the same time, and he invited me out to his place if I wanted to go out and learn some more carving. So I couldn't turn the opportunity down. And long story short, him and I ended up working together for over 16 years. So I guess when it comes to influences and mentors, Roy would be my main mentor, especially in the earlier days. There's guys like Lionel Grant, who was another one of my tutors at Wairoa. So he was a huge influence, because also at the time we were lucky enough when we were studying at Wairoa, Lionel and some of the boys were carving the whare up there, ihinga. So we were lucky enough to see that whole process, which was a great inspiration for the boys that wanted to carry on to carve. So starting out with Roy, still pretty much in the learning stages, and after that, after a few years, kind of developed my own sense of style, I guess you'd say. And we always worked on our own individual works. So we started up as full-time artists. The first year we were just on the dole, both of us. So we thought, well, we'll give ourselves a goal, and we'll try and carve enough works to hold an exhibition at the end of the year, which we did. And we held that at the Rotorua Council Chambers in '96. And from then we thought, well, next step now. So we both did a small business course, Be Your Own Boss course, and we completed that and thought, oh well, we'll give it a go and be full-time self-employed artists, and we have done, both of us, since that day. Art's probably one of the hardest industries to make a living in, especially when you're just starting out, and it's a long road to hoe, really, because at the end of the day, art is more of a luxury item rather than a necessity. So, to make a living out of it is quite tricky. But the thing is, it's very doable, and I guess if you're passionate enough about it, you just have to keep going. Like, I had times in my career in the earlier stages where, oh gee, I thought, oh, this is really hard. It's it's tough, and financially it's hard. And I thought about doing something else, but at the end of the day, I was, you could say, stubborn enough or determined enough, I guess, to keep going. And I was lucky enough to have a lot of really good artists around me. I knew a lot of artists, and so a good thing to do is keep in contact with those ones, and especially ones that are older or have a kind of a mentor role, I guess. If they're willing to part the knowledge to you, you should take up that opportunity and soak it up as much as you can. And not just the art side of things too, just the way how you go about maybe the business side of it, and how to organize yourself. And a good thing that I found is always to be as organized as you can. Keep records of all of your works, your drawings even, and photograph everything to a good quality. And so then you can promote yourself in a professional manner. And that's kind of a bit daunting too for a lot of the young ones, especially our Maori rangatahi. They get whakamaha about that kind of stuff. But it's just, if you do all those simple things, it will build your confidence, and you just got to keep chipping away, pretty much. You get inspiration from all areas, not just here in New Zealand, but worldwide. As you know, now the world is a small place with technology. Well, predominantly from my culture, all our old Maori narratives. I suppose that's first and foremost. But I guess one thing that I always come back to for myself personally is nature and my own upbringing. When I was a kid, my dad was a keen hunter, was always, doing things in the outdoors with my brother and I. And so we had that kind of upbringing, hunting, fishing, diving, all that kind of stuff. And that always seems to creep back into my forms, subconsciously maybe, but it's something that I enjoy, and that's in me. So although I like to do other different types of forms that influences from other cultures and all that kind of stuff, but I guess that's my main thing. And after a while, you talk about artists and having their own style. Well, I guess that's my style, I suppose. Yeah. This piece here, it's a tui, as you might see. I was approached by a guy who had actually seen my work in Canada and at the Spur Wrestler over there. But he's a Kiwi guy, he's a New Zealander. And he emailed me out of the blue one time and said that he loved my work and would like to get a piece of mine at some stage. And we just got communicating, and I met up with him and went over some ideas. And he's got a place north of Auckland where there's a lot of native birds around his place, fantails and tuis mostly. So we decided on doing a tui carving from, and I haven't done like a full body bird tui before. Okay. So I thought, oh, that's cool. So that's that whole new thing of a new challenge for myself. And yes, so I'm working on this piece. It's going to sit on a branch form. So It's still on the block. I haven't finished carving the underside of it, as you can see. So I'm working on the top. So I've screwed it to the swivel vise, so the vise can move around like this. So, and up and down and back and around. So it's just it's a really good way to secure it while you're working on it. And it's good because I've got a bad back as well. So for me, I can turn it around to suit myself. But anyway, I'll probably finish carving all of the top, and I might even put some color on it. I'll go that far, and then I'll carve out underneath, take all of this out and reshape all the bottom. That's the other side there. And then once I've done that, once the whole bird form is finished, then I'm making a branch form that it'll sort of come like this, and I'll attach it to that, and it'll like it's standing on a branch, I guess. Yeah, and it's going to go in the foyer of his house. So he's quite excited, and I am too. I think I enjoy probably the most, probably the challenge of creating better works. The satisfaction I get when somebody buys something from me, because at the end of the day, that's the biggest compliment somebody can give you. And seeing the satisfaction, on their faces is quite a big kick. The whole practical side of wood, of carving, I really love. I love the tools and all that kind of stuff. I love the knowledge that comes with it. So these are all cool things that that's like most of the everything to do with my work is cool. Things that are not so cool sometimes is, you got ups and downs all the time. Sometimes you might get in a rut, where, oh gee, I can't think of anything, and the designs are not happening and things like that. Or you might make a little mistake now and again in your work, but predominantly there's way more good things than there is bad things.